Let's go.
What's up, Lions Nation? It is We Are Lions Nation podcast, and this is our post-game show. We are going to recap the Lions' unfortunate disaster of a game against the Eagles. Man, we got Statman in the house. Motor City Ryan is here.
Oh no.
And Statman,
Go ahead and
When does
start
that-
that countdown. Let's get this shit show started.
Let's go.
All right. Welcome in, everybody. First off, we are Lions Nation podcast. We are at 336 subscribers on that march to 500. So thank you to all the new subscribers. We appreciate you. And another announcement this Friday for our 10-play drive, our good pal Marco will be our next contestant to take on the crew. So thank you to Marco for signing up, and we hope you have a blast this Friday.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Bring your A game.
Dar is in the house, says that loss has Statman wearing Eagles colors today.
No, it's Green Bay colors. Don't get it wrong.
Absolutely.
Amy
Absolutely.
said, hi, everyone.
I'm going to be wearing waste management colors here soon.
Granger colors.
As much as we do. So on tonight's show, guys, we're going to just make sure if there was any injuries from Motor City Ryan, we have Statman's player/coach of the game, and we're going to take a look at the numbers a little bit and talk about what happened in that game. So I know Statman's thrilled. We also have a little bit of what Dan Campbell had to say today as well. So excited for that. So Ryan, I'm gonna go to you, MCR, just real quick. I don't recall seeing anybody go out hurt. Too many of them anyway. So do you have an update? Were there any injuries that you have?
There's really no injury that kept anybody from out of the game, but Ratledge did go out of the game for a series of plays, and he was back in the game shortly after that. And that is really all that we have here.
Which is some good news. Considering what else we have to talk about tonight, that was good news.
The highlight of the game, did you see the Lions fan flip the refs off? That was pretty cool.
We have 21 people in here right now, Statman. So we got some people in here.
Oh boy.
We got some people in here tonight. Yeah,
You
we
guys
want
are
to
in for
talk.
a hell of a show.
If you are an Eagles fan in here watching, hey man, let us know your thoughts as well. I know there was some of you Eagles fans out there were still not impressed at all by your guys' gameplay from what I saw. So I think a lot of you are right in the same boat we are at tonight. So Statman, do you want to do your player of the game first, or you want to get into all the BS?
Yes. Let's just get into the player of the game right now. Player of the game isn't even going to be a player. It's the coach. Calvin Shepard had the defense ready to freaking go for that game. The Eagles were 1 for 6 on their tush push, their stupid play they do every damn game. We were actually able to stop it. That's probably the highlight. And if it wasn't for our defense, that game should have been a blowout, probably like 45 to freaking 9. And we got a garbage time field goal at the end. And let's just get into it. Let's get into the rest of the game because I'm ready to fucking go.
Time to bash the people.
All right, so I'm just going to start it out like this. On the bottom of the screen, you will see this, but let's just look at the numbers for the game. Jared Goff, 14 for 37, 255 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Jahmyr Gibbs had 12 carries for 39 yards, no touchdowns. David Montgomery, 6 carries, 27 yards, no touchdowns. Gibbs on receiving was probably the highlight of the offense. 5 catches, 107 yards on 8 targets. Williams had 4 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown, and 7 targets. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 2 catches, 42 yards, no touchdowns on 12 targets. And David Montgomery had 1 catch for 10 yards. That's the offense. We're going to start there, Statman. Let's get into it. I know you got a lot to say.
So let's start off by play calling. Dan Campbell going forward on these 4th downs and coming up with these bullshit fucking runs. Everybody praised Dan Campbell for the last game. Obviously, he didn't do anything spectacular to go against this Eagles defense. Second thing I want to get into, Jared Goff. You need to stop wearing fucking gloves on your throwing hand. You're a fucking moron. I'm sorry. I love Goff. He's my quarterback. But god damn it, didn't we learn from Stafford against the Chicago Bears when he threw 5 picks? He could not get the spin on the ball. He could not grip the ball properly when he was throwing. And his decision making was horrible. Let's see. St. Brown, how many targets? 12 targets? That's too many targets for one player. I'm sorry, spread the ball around. Stop trying to force it into St. Brown when he was getting locked down the entire game. And
not only that, but when he was thrown to, the balls weren't anywhere even where he could catch it. Some of them.
And our offensive line, come on now. You have an excellent game last week against the Commanders. I know the Eagles have a way better defense, probably one of the top 5 defenses in the league, arguably. And you guys need to learn how to fucking block. You can't double team Carter and Davis and leave your edges one-on-one with Jalen Phillips and Hunt. It didn't work all freaking game long. There was no adjustments made to that offensive line or how they were blocking for pass. Goff was running around. Even though he can't run very fast, he was trying his hardest to run as fast as he could in that pocket to make some sort of throw. And the throw was probably 20 yards off every time because he's wearing gloves. I don't know what else you want to say about this game. It was a fucking shamble on offense. I mean, you could probably compare Dan Campbell to the Eagles' offensive coordinator, Patullo. That's what it looked like. It looked like the Eagles' offense, the way they're play calling. It was garbage. Figure it out. Fix it before we go against the Giants and fucking lose that game too. Because right now we're out of the playoff picture. The Bears and the Packers are ahead of us, and the Bears are leading our fucking division. I'm fucking pissed. Get shit together. It's fucking
MCR.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with Statman. Our offense was being too one-dimensional. Teams are expecting St. Brown to get the ball. If you look at a majority of our highlights and who's been one of our top receiving players has been St. Brown. Teams are expecting him to get the ball. So you just can't throw it to him, 20 times a game and expect teams not to catch on. Teams are catching on to what they're doing, and we got exposed offensively, and all we could do was run Gibbs, and then that 4th and 1 play, we could have converted. We could have did a flood or a screen pass to Gibbs, and Gibbs would have got it. We should have used Gibbs more as a receiver. Nobody was expecting Jameson Williams, neither. So, that's why he had 4 catches, 88 yards. One of his catches was for 40 yards and a touchdown. And, they made controversy penalty of unsportsmanlike conduct because he jumps on the goalpost. I mean, it was just stupid things. And Dan Campbell even admitted that he made bad play calls and he wished he could have got them back. Dan Campbell did admit in his press conference, that they made mistakes. And offensively, we did not play solid. Jared Goff had no time to set his feet. Jalen Phillips, the edge rushers were there every single snap, and he had the glove on, like Statman touched on. We couldn't even complete a pass if our life depended on it, is the way it looked. And this is not how the Lions look. We know this team can play way better than that, and they were trash. That's really all my take on it.
And that controversial penalty, Jameson Williams knows the fucking rule. You can't use the goalpost as part of the celebration. It's been like that for fucking years. And you cost us a fucking extra point, even though it didn't fucking matter. But still, it pushed our kicker back, made him kick a long field goal when they knew the wind gusts were going on in that game, and the kickers were having struggles pregame kicking field goals. Why? You need to fucking mature up, dude. This is a football game. This is a big game against the Eagles. This was a must-win, like I said, and we didn't win, even though we still had opportunities, even after how shit our fucking offense was. And I'm going to agree with you, MCR. They should have utilized Jahmyr Gibbs a lot more on the outskirts in open space because he was making plays every single time that they got a little dump-off pass or a screen or ran to the outside. They kept trying to run in the middle. I'm sorry, but the Eagles' defense is stout in that middle. You ain't going to run up the fucking middle on them two big guys on the inside, Carter and Davis. Them guys are run stoppers. They're also pass rushers. You got to watch it. It reminds me of when Nick Fairley and Ndamukong Suh were healthy. That's what those two remind me of in the middle. They're huge, they're physical, and they're nasty. And they're going to come at you every fucking play. I mean, I think, what did they say? Carter was on the field 85 snaps the game before, some shit like that. It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, I think 85 or 86, something like that. Yep.
I mean, they knew what they were getting into, and they didn't do anything to change anything at halftime. You drive all the way down the field when we get the ball back to begin the second half to tie the game, and then you fucking go for it on 4th and short, and you come up fucking with some stupid-ass fucking pass play where you're trying to dump it out to fucking St. Brown, force it in the back of the end zone, when, if you look, Brock Wright was running right across in front on a fucking drag route, wide open. Wide fucking open. Not even the linebacker, I think, was 5 yards behind him. It would have been a touchdown all day. But, decision-making, play calling, that's what fucked us in this game. Goff, you need to stop wearing the gloves because here come playoff time, we're going to be on the fucking road. We're going to be playing against teams like Green Bay, possibly Chicago. We're going to be playing teams that play outside all the time. Philly. And it's going to be fucking cold. Get used to throwing the ball outside without a fucking glove.
I couldn't stay up late enough to see what Goff had to say. I did listen to Dan Campbell's press conference, but I would have liked to hear if anybody asked him about the gloves, because it seems like anytime there's gloves involved, it's dog shit. And I want to, since you guys have kind of touched on it, I want to just touch on it a little bit. I agree 100% when it comes to Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs was the offense, no doubt. Anytime he got that ball, especially in the pass game, he made huge plays. They couldn't stop him. But go away from him to do other things. And then, Ryan, to go to you and what you said about St. Brown, I know Jared Goff targets him a lot, but normally it works. Normally he can hit St. Brown on those passes, and it works. Almost guaranteed on 3rd down. There's St. Brown, wide open, catches the ball. Yesterday, Statman and MCR, it didn't work because Goff couldn't throw the fucking ball to save his life. Worst.
Yeah.
It statistically was the worst performance that Jared Goff has ever played yesterday.
Yeah, it was horrible. And I don't get the whole passing to set up the run shit. Run to set up the fucking pass. And Montgomery was doing better in the middle. Gibbs is running better on the outside.
Yep.
Use their fucking abilities. Use it.
It was clear as day, Statman. I'm glad you brought that up, because when we saw Montgomery come in and run the ball, he gained 5-6 yards through the middle. And Gibbs is so explosive on the outside, he just runs around everyone. Like his ability to make plays.
Okay.
We're just gonna play this, I guess, now.
Played their tails off. 16 points allowed, man. You only allowed 16 points.
I guess we're just gonna play that much of it.
Yeah, and this is the thing that I've noticed. Teams are starting to catch on to what the Lions are doing and who they're using. They're catching on. That's what I meant. They're going to catch on to I mean, it works, and it's what the Lions do. Other teams know that. Other teams see that. So you have to kind of mix things up a little bit more than what you can't always just say, "Oh, St. Brown's our guy." You have to mix it up. That's kind of what I meant by it. But I agree with you, Andy.
No, I get what you're saying 100%. But normally, Amon-Ra St. Brown is a reliable target. So why
Yep.
not throw him the ball? But if you're
The
throwing it
past
12
4
times and he
games.
only has 2 catches, quit throwing him the ball. I just Goff was
Yep.
so bad. It was ridiculous.
It helps if you throw the ball when he's not fucking blanketed, and then you throw the ball and you actually make it catchable for him. It goes all sorts of ways on that. Goff was
Exactly.
way off on his accuracy. Even on that Jameson Williams, where Jameson Williams is running across the middle, threw it right at his damn ankles. Like, come on.
Oh, and the one he
Throw it
threw
up into numbers.
That was
This is where you
terrible.
want the ball.
the one he missed to the end zone there, when he missed Brock Wright, he threw that ball so far past any receiver couldn't catch that anyway, even if they wanted to. Like,
That
it was
defense.
ridiculous.
The
Dar
defense,
says not having Laporta was a huge hit to the offense, and they went away from the run.
I don't care. You still got other guys that can go in there and mix up the run in different ways, use motions to take guys off their eyes off the backfield. There's a lot of things you can do offensively to open up the run. They just failed to do so, and they just gave up on it way too early when they could have just mixed it up a little bit and they could have stuck with the run. And it would have helped out our pass game a lot, because if you're running the ball, say Gibbs gets a draw play where defensive linemen are coming downfield at the quarterback trying to rush him, and then Gibbs just sneaks past him. Now you're going to start thinking, well, I can't rush in that fast. So then next time, play action. Oh, now Goff's got time to pass. He's going to throw it down the field and find an open target. But the thing is Goff couldn't even throw the ball last night. I don't care if he had fucking 10 seconds. He probably still wouldn't have hit with his finger.
That's what I was going to say. That's what, and I feel like if they would have kept running the ball, I think Montgomery and Gibbs would have both had a very explosive night running if they would have kept doing it.
I agree.
I honestly do. Now we got to go over. There's one more thing I want to touch on, and that's something that you talked about, Statman. And you, MCR, is with Jameson Williams and his celebration. One thing I did hear today, somebody made a good point that didn't only cost the Lions 1 point. It kind of fucked everything for the next go too. So it kind of cost them almost 7 points altogether because of what happened after even that. So
yeah, about 5 probably.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact wording they used, but it definitely did quite a bit more damage than what you would think it would have done. But yeah, bad call on JMO there.
Yeah, that 4th and 1. Now, if we would have converted that 4th and 1, we could have got maybe possibly a touchdown or a field goal out of that drive. But because we didn't, and right at that point, I knew that was it. I don't see us coming back now, because that was a critical moment. We needed that.
The next spot is the bright spot, I feel like. Our defensive standouts, we had Jack Campbell, 7 tackles, 8 assists, 1 tackle for loss. Rocket Sin, 5 tackles, 1 pass defense. Aiden Hutchinson, 2 tackles, 1 QB hit, and a half sack. And then Roy Lopez had a half sack as well. Those were just some of the standouts. Statman, MCR, I'm sure you have more guys that you could focus on the defense as well. But the defense, that defense was out there a shit ton throughout that game. And the Eagles, if you look at the numbers, the Eagles had less than the Lions. They stopped the Eagles' running game pretty much for the most part. They completely stopped their passing game except for a few here and there. The Eagles really couldn't do anything on offense at all. And that's credit to Calvin Shepard and getting that defense every single time they went out in that field. Except for maybe a couple drives, they were there and they were successful. The tush push, Statman, you brought it up. How many times did we see them stop that play? Like, that's
5
amazing.
times out of the 6 times they ran it. We stopped
and
5 times.
that doesn't happen. That to me is a standout alone on its. But for that defense to keep going out there over and over because our offense keeps going off the field because they were horrible and playing the way they were all 4 quarters, keeping the Lions in the game all the way to the end, that's a statement right there. I don't know what you guys think, but that could have been a heck of a lot different game if it wasn't for that defense playing the way they did.
Well, and one other player I want to give notable mention to is Alex Anzalone. That dude was flying all over the field, making plays. I think he covered – who was he covering on that play? Saquon?
Yeah.
On that pass defense.
Yeah,
and
Campbell had one too, but on Saquon.
It's just – I don't know. It says a lot about Kelvin Shepherd and having these players ready to go because we are injured all over our defense. And we played better than the offense, and the offense doesn't have as many injuries or banged-up guys. Who are we missing? Sam Laporta? You can't blame our whole offense and how bad it was because Sam Laporta wasn't there. He wasn't the whole fucking reason why that offense didn't work. It's coaching, and it's getting them ready for the game. Like, you have to be prepared. They were not prepared at all. And that fucking punt, that fake punt, I would have much rather seen fucking Goff try to do his own tush push than watch that stupid fucking fake punt. I don't know what the fuck that was. Why don't we try doing a tush push? We probably could have gotten all those fucking 4th downs. Literally.
Yeah. Dar did say Amik was the star of the defense, locked Smith down. So yeah, Amik played well too. The whole defense just never stopped for the whole. They could have been like, well, that we're tired, whatever. They were on go the whole time. And Campbell, that one play where Saquon ran up the middle and Campbell literally grabbed him on his own and just stuffed him. Like, that guy is a beast of a linebacker for us. Jack Campbell is. I think he is great.
Reason why we drafted him in the 1st round.
Yeah, he's amazing. But I mean, you got to give it to that's the only positive takeaway you can take is we went 4 quarters and we stuck in the game because the defense allowed us to.
Yeah.
But you always had this thing in your head like, okay, we're gonna get the ball back, but are we gonna fucking do anything with it?
That's what I kept saying. That's what I kept saying to Dar last night when we were watching the game. I was like, "Sweet, our defense got to stop, but is our offense gonna fucking do something now?" I mean, how many times the defense have to give you the fucking ball back before you finally kick it into fucking gear and do something? Like, you're seeing your defense out there fighting their ass off, getting you the fucking ball back, getting you the stops, but yet you're going to go out here and lay a fucking turd on the field. That's what it looked like. I was watching a bunch of fucking turds in fucking jerseys running around. Shit sucked.
There was highlight. Jahmyr Gibbs is just the highlight of the offense that whole game.
Yeah, but they went away from it. It's working so fucking well, and then all of a sudden, you just stop fucking doing it.
That's the play calling, which we thought was going to be so much better with Dan Campbell at the helm, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
Not today. But, and yeah, I think our defense played well. We gave our offense so many opportunities, and we're like, we can't capitalize on this. The defense was solid. Brian Branch, he did. I don't know if he ended up getting ejected from the game or if he came back or not. Can't remember if he did, but I was pissed off after the game. But I know he had that helmet-to-helmet hit.
He did not get ejected. He didn't get ejected.
Oh, okay.
You get 2 before you get ejected.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. But A.J. Brown, we had A.J. Brown pretty much on lock all fucking game. And, the way our defense played and how many chances our defense gave our offense, we should have won this game. And our offense dropped the ball for us. It wasn't our defense. Our defense played phenomenal.
What was it? 0 for 5 on 4th downs? Was that the final number?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think so.
It was pretty sure.
First time that we went that bad on 4th down since 2020 or 2022.
Yeah, 3rd downs, 3 for 13, 4th downs, 0 for 5. Just garbage stats, dude.
You have to pick up the first downs on 3rd and 4th. Like, if you're going 4th on 4th, you got to fucking do something on 3rd, too. You can't always rely on a 4th down conversion.
Now, I do want to, before I ask you this next question, I do want to, because it is being talked about out there, even though I don't know necessarily if we would have been able to do anything, but I just have to say that pass interference call at the end of the game was complete bullshit. If anybody that saw that knows that was not defensive pass interference in no way, shape, or form. Even Chris Collinsworth was like, no. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, the head ref is a buddy of my brother Dane's cousin. The head ref of that game last night. Kemp.
I think I did see that, and he said something about the defender grabbed his arm, but all I saw was barely touched him, and then Brown pushed him off. That should be offensive pass interference, because that would have gave the Lions possibly another chance to try to do something, even though they might not have. But P-Dubs is in the house. He says, "What's up? What's up, P-Dubs?"
I think there's probably a 0.000000001 chance the Lions were going to do something if we got the ball back.
If the Lions would have got the ball back, they should have just.
I'm not going to say that the game was called on that fucking play, because the Lions had plenty of fucking opportunities all game long to fucking turn this shit around. You can't fucking sit here and blame the fucking ref on this game. The Eagles played better, and we did not. And, we gave them short field opportunities every time that we went for it on 4th down, and we didn't get it.
Yeah, and you said the Eagles played better, but the Eagles playing better version was not that good.
Their defense played better than our offense. And our defense played good enough to win a game, but our offense couldn't do it for us. They couldn't help. So
Barry said
the Eagles
not
offense
pass
actually
interference, but wouldn't have made a difference, in my opinion. Lions offense was still sloth. Goff couldn't get out of anything. That's what Perry said.
We didn't have any takeaways, neither. We didn't take the ball away from them at all, neither. I mean,
we haven't had a lot of takeaways lately, regardless.
We have. That's something that we have to improve on. We have to get these interceptions, fumbles, whatever. I think
that's where Kirby Joseph comes into play.
Yeah, or Terry and Arnold, but he's injured, of course. But yeah,
Perry, hey Statman, this one's probably a good one for either one of you. But Perry said, "Why did they go into the half with all 3 timeouts? Why not take a shot? I felt like that was a questionable decision from Dan Campbell."
Because Campbell probably realized that Goff wasn't getting within 10 yards of any of the receivers he was throwing to. So he's probably like, yeah, let's just not, add to it. Jameson Williams might have caught the fucking ball if it was 10 yards ahead of him, but anybody else, good luck.
Just put Gibbs in at quarterback and receiver and running back, and we might have had a chance.
They should have had Statman come in as quarterback, man. Statman would have got the fucking ball down the field.
At least I wouldn't have been wearing a fucking glove. I'd be doing it bare hands like a fucking man. Goff, you're a little fucking sissy bitch, dude. Like, stop wearing fucking gloves. Everybody's hands get cold. That's why you got your old nut sack down there to keep your hands warm if you need to. All right? I used to do that shit. Back when I played, I'd stick my hands right down up on my fucking nut sack, and I'd keep them warm. I mean, it worked every fucking time. Goff, unless you don't have balls, dude, that's the way to go.
So, I mean, just quickly, if we recap that game now, if we just look ahead a little bit, we got the Giants, the Packers, the Cowboys, the Rams, the Steelers, and the Vikings.
I have no faith.
That's what we got coming up.
Yep. I think we're at Pittsburgh, right? We're at the Bears at the end of the season.
The Rams.
We got home against the Giants, home against the Packers, home against the Cowboys, away against the Rams, home against the Steelers, and away against Minnesota.
That's my number one worry. That's our number one team on the schedule that we have to beat is the Rams. I'm not worried about any of these other teams, but the Rams. They scare me right now.
Well, we got
Waste
at the
half the
Bears
game.
to end the season too, correct?
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Yeah, I just didn't have it all the way open. Yep, Bears will be the last game.
So win at home, and hopefully you get out of LA without fucking looking
disaster.
real embarrassed.
Yeah.
And the Steelers, with Rodgers being questionable right now, you have a good chance possibly there, but they had a fucking stout defense too. Their guys are playing fucking ball over there in Pittsburgh. And Minnesota, we can beat them. We proved that the last time. We're going to be in a dome this time too, again, against them. So that's helpful. But at the end of the year against Chicago, that could come down to the fucking NFC North title. That's
and it could
that's
be
the way
really
I'm looking
cold.
at it right now.
It could be really cold too and snowing. So be prepared for Goff to come back out.
And I swear the NFL sets this shit up on purpose. I swear. How many years did we play Green Bay at the end of the year for the division? It's fucking crazy. And now we got Chicago at the end of the year. All of a sudden, change up. Now we're not playing Green Bay at the end of the year. We're playing Chicago.
It was usually Green Bay or Minnesota at the end of the year. You know, now it's Chicago.
So I think that game could determine the NFC North Championship right there.
Yeah, and I mean they got to win these other ones too, or else they're not. It doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
The Cowboys have a shit defense. Our defense is good enough to stop the Cowboys' offense, even though they are very, very talented with George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson, Javonte Williams. They're stacked. That offense is fucking stacked. But their defense is absolute fucking trash. So as long as we can score more than them and at least stop them a couple times, we're good in Dallas. Dallas doesn't scare me. The Giants don't really scare me, but the Vikings scare me. The Bears scare me. The Rams scare me. The Steelers scare me. All those other fucking games, yeah.
We have we have 4 games that are home out of the to the end here. So 4 games inside, then another one inside with Minnesota,
Come here.
the Rams. So there's 2 outside games. One is very possible going to be wintertime. So hopefully we don't have to worry about Jared Goff wearing a glove for the rest of the year unless playoff stuff. But we can't have, to end it here, we can't have that kind of garbage play and be even considered to be a playoff team if we're going to play like that.
Yeah. I don't consider ourselves good enough to be in the playoffs right now, to be honest.
No, not with like that. Like now we have to wonder what team's going to show up this week. Right. The one that can score 30 points a game or the one that can't complete a pass.
Because the Giants can still play football. They might look like a team you can look over, but they're not. They can still beat us. And they played a hell of a game this last weekend too. They still lost.
I honestly
they played
don't
pretty
think
damn good against the Green Bay Packers.
I don't think that looking at it, obviously, Ryan, you're correct. I mean, it's pretty obvious the Rams are the toughest opponent we have left, in my opinion. Stafford, the Rams are playing excellent football. That offense is amazing. Steelers, mediocre. Aaron Rodgers looks like he definitely messed his wrist up. Could be out for 4 weeks even. Might be back in time for us. I don't know.
And one thing I want to point out too, the last time we played the Rams and Stafford, do you remember how that was? He got booed in Detroit, and he got beat pretty good. I think he's going to want payback against us in his home field.
Yeah, okay. Goff will be the one getting booed in that one.
It's going to be rough.
He plays this Sunday. Yeah, it's.
But if we can win the majority of these games, even if we take a loss in that one, we'd still probably be in playoff spot. We just can't lose any of these games that we should win.
Will we, though, as long as Green Bay and Chicago keep winning? We're still going to be sitting on the bottom.
Exactly.
Yeah, hopefully they stop winning.
That's why I was kind of confused at who was number 1, the last show.
Well, right now it's Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota. That's what it is right now.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Hey, that's pretty much all the time we have. We will be back tomorrow for our Pick'em show and podcast version of the 10 play drive. We'll be back tomorrow. Can't wait for that. We're going to have the results of our week 11 picks and make our week 12 picks. So excited for that.
Oh,
What?
are you going to play the press conference?
No, it won't play. It won't play.
Huh.
It
That's
stops at like 10 seconds and doesn't play anymore. I
Huh.
tried it.
I don't know. I want to bite some
Sorry.
fucking kneecaps.
Salmon wants to bite some kneecaps. So we'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Thank you to the new subscribers. If you have not yet subscribed to We Are Lions Nation Cup podcast, click that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share with all your Lions friends. Till then, we will see you tomorrow night.
Peace.